वैशाख कृष्ण चतुर्थी दिनांक 4 मे 2018 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 23 सूत्र 39 गंगाधर टीका। शंखं चक्रं जलौकान् ददतमृतघटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिरुद्यां शुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमं भोजनेत्रं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिन्दं निखिलगगनप्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् प्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् ब्रह्मणो हि समारब्धा मात्रेयाद्येषु पूजिता अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे माधवाख्यं महाव्यम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् द्रष्टाज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च व्यापको विषक्श्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रतनोति सः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं प्रयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा हि सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यत्प्रेच्छत् मुनिसत्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम्। अद्य शुक्रवासरः अथवा भृगुवासरः वैशाख कृष्ण चतुर्थी दिनांक 4 मे 2018 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 23 सूत्र क्रमांक 39-40 चक्र गंगाधर टीका। प्राणहरं कीटं लिंगैः शृणु प्राणहर कीटलक्षणः सर्पदंशे यथा श्रोतस्तथा प्राणहर कीटदंशे शोभा उग्रगन्धे आश्रित वर्धते। यथा सर्पदष्टे शोथः भवति तथा प्राणहर कीटदष्टेऽपि उग्रः शोभः उग्रगन्धे आश्रितात्र प्रवर्तते। दोषी विषकीटदंशलक्षणम् उक्तं तद् अर्दितपुरुषलक्षणमाह दंशेक्षि इत्यादि। So दूषी विषकीटदंशलक्षणात् अनन्तरं विषजुष्टपुरुषस्य लक्षणम् आह दंशे अक्षि इत्यादि। दूषी विष कीटदंशे अक्षिगौरवं मूर्छा च स्यात् स दूषी विषकीटार्दितः पुरुषः रुगार्थः सन् प्रसिद्ध्यपि तृष्णारुचिपरीतश्च भवेत्। तत्र तावत् अक्षिगौरवं मूर्छा सः रुजार्थः भवति श्वसित्यपि तत्र श्वासः अपि भवति तृष्णारुचिपरीतश्च एवं सः अरुचि परितः भवति। दोषी विषकीटविशेषदष्टलक्षण आह दंशमध्ये तु इत्यादि। यस्य कोसौ दंशमध्ये पुष्णादि स्यात् तं दोषी विषाख्य लूताभिर्दष्टमिति निषेध। So the central part of the damsha is Krishna, and then it is to be understood that this is doshi vishakhya lutabhi dashtam. सर्वासामेव तासांच दंशे लक्षणम् उच्यते। शोफः श्वेता सिता रक्ता पीता वा पीडका ज्वरः प्राणान्तको भवेत् दाहः श्वासहिक्का शिरोग्रहाः आदंशात् शोणितं पाण्डुमण्डलानि ज्वरो रुचि रोमहर्षश्च दाहश्चापि आकु दूषि विषार्दिते। So I think we didn't see the shlokas. Shofaha. So this is common symptom for all damsha. Shweta, Sita, Rakta, Pita, va Pidaka. So these kind of Pidaka. Jvaraha. Pranantako bhavet daha. So Pranantaka daha. So much severe daha. Shwasa Hikashiro Grahaha. and Shwasa Shirogaha Adamsha Choditam Pandu Mandanani Jwaro Ruchihi. So the blood that flows from Dausha is Pandu Mandala Jwara Aruchi. Romarshadahaschapya Aku Dusha Vishardi. So this might be Adamsha Chonitam Pandu is associated with Aku Dushi Visha. So that of mice or rat. मूर्छांगशोथ वैवर्ण्य क्लेद श्वेत शब्दा श्रुति ज्वराः शिरोगुरुतुम लाला सर्दी असाध्य मूषिकै. And these are symptoms associated with asadhya mushika. Murchangashotha vaivarnya kleda shabda ashruti jwara. कार्ष्ण्यम शावत्वम अथवा नाना वर्णत्वमेव च मोहोऽथवा वर्चसो भेदो दृष्टिस्यात् कृकलासकैः. Did anybody look into the meaning of कृकलासक? श्वेता व सीता मध्ये फरक काय? Good question. Difficult to answer. शोथ श्वेता सीता रक्ता पीता व पिडका ज्वरः. Might be Shweta is fully white and Sita is like Kadisakar or something like that. So not very bright white or something. Because Sita, Kadisakar is white, but it's not like white like powdered Kadisakar or something like that. So that might be the difference. दहत्यग्निरिवादौ तु भिन्नतीवोर्ध्वम् आशु च वृश्चिकस्य विषय्याति दंशे पश्चात् तिष्ठति. षोडशविधा लूताः तासामष्टौ कृच्छसाध्या दोषिविशाख्या इह तन्त्रे. शेषा असाध्याः प्राणारास्तत्र आद्या अष्टौ त्रिमण्डला श्वेता कपिला पीतिका आलविषा मूत्रविषा रक्ता कसना चेति कृच्छसाध्या आभिर्दष्टम् इति निर्दशे. शेषास्तु अष्टौ सुश्रुतोक्ताः प्राग्दर्शिताः. So 8 are कृच्छसाध्य, which he says over here, and rest are asadhya pranahara. शोफ इत्यादिना तासां लक्षणमः दंशमध्ये शोफा श्वेतादिः पीडका ज्वरश्च दाहादिश्च प्राणान्तके लूता दष्टे भवेत्. प्राणान्तकलूता अष्टौ सौवर्णिका लाजवर्णा जालिनी एणिपदी कृष्णा अग्निवर्णा काकाण्डा माला गुणा च इति. So actually one should look into zoology and try to match the description with today's zoology, etc. And whether they have the same classification today or they have some other classification today or something like that. मुक्षुकदष्टमाः आदंशादित्यादि आकुविशार्दिते आदंशात् सर्वत्र पाण्डुवर्णं शोणितं भवन्ति मण्डलादीनि च भवन्ति. अष्टादशमूषिकाः मूषिकाः सुश्रुतोक्ताः दर्शिताः तेषाम् एतानि लक्षणानि आकूनां येषां दष्टे भवन्ति ते आकवो दूषिविषा उच्यन्ते. So 18 types of mushika have been said in Sushruta. And these are the symptoms associated with them. Yeshu Vakshamana Lakshanani Syuhu Te Asadhya Mushika Uchanti. Murcha Ityadina Asadhya Mushikaihi Dashta Lakshanani Bhavanti Shukravisha Mushikaha. So Mushika or Shukravisha. This reminds me, I didn't get audio voice. So rejoin, that's the only option. Shukravisha Mushikaha. So being Shukra, it has tendency to reach our Shukra as such, as per the Swabhav Nigantu or something like that. And when it has a poison associated with this may work for the genetic changes that have been created with our Shukra due to this hybridization and chemical pesticides and fertilizers. So, might it be possible to derive some medicines from Mushika Shukra, like chemotherapy drugs? But only thing is, we have to see that they are non-toxic. They become non-toxic to us, but still reach our Shukra and rectify it or something like that. So, Mushika Visha in this way, which is Mushika Shukra in this way, which is poisonous, may be used for treating cancer cases in this way. So, I don't know whether how it is available or something like that. How it can be extracted as such. But Nakarareta is said to be Vajikarana and Uttama Vajikarana or something like that. So there should be some device to extract Nakarareta. In the same manner, it might be possible to extract Mukshika Visha, Mukshika Shukra as such. कार्ष्ण्यम् इत्यादि कृकलासकैः दष्टे कार्ष्ण्यादीनि भवन्ति वृश्चिकदष्टलक्षणाः दहति इत्यादि वृश्चिकस्य विषमादौ दंशमात्रे अग्निरेव दहति अशुच ऊर्ध्वं विनत्ति वयाति पश्चात् दंशे तिष्ठति and it stays in the dansha itself. दष्टो साध्यस्तु हृद्घ्राण रसनोपहतो नरः मांसे पतद्भिरत्यर्थं वेदनार्थो जहात्यसून् विसर्पश्वेतशूलं ज्वरश्चर्दिरथापि च लक्षणं कणभैर्दष्टे दंशश्चैव विशीर्यते. So these are Visarpashvetu, Shula, etc. These are Kanabhadashta. I am Kita Vishasha, that is what Chakrapani Datta said yesterday. Prishtaromo Chittangena Stabdalingo Brushartiman. So Chittinga is a kind of again Vrishchika. Dashta Shito Deke Neva Siktan Nangani Manyat. And as if there is Sinchana with Shita Jala. एकदंष्टार्दितः शूनः सपीतः सरुजस्तथा चर्देर्निद्रा च सविषैर्मण्डूकैर्दष्टलक्षणम्. So now this is the manduka or the frog, savisha. मत्स्यस्तु सविषाः कुर्युर्दाः शोथ रुजस्तथा कंडुम शोथम ज्वरम मूर्छाम सविषास्तु जलौकसः. Then even savisha matsya are there. They can do daha shotha rusha. And then savisha jalaukas vidaham shvetum todam svedantu graho durvodika. So house lizard or spal as what we call. Damshe svedam rujan daham kuryat shatapadi visham. So this we say as goma. असाध्य वृश्चिक दष्ट लक्षण दष्टे इत्यादि वृश्चिकैर्दष्टः असाध्यस्तु रुधि घ्राणे राजरसायनां वा उपहतो नरः पतद्भिर्मांसेरित्यर्थं वेदनार्थः सन् असून् जहाति. So patadbhirmausaihi, this is something very strange lakshan. Visarpa ityadi kanabhairdah amma bhramar visheshaihi dashte. Bhramar vishesh. He said only Kita Vishesha, now he sees Brahmara Vishesha. Visarpadini Sihu Damshascha Vishiryate iti Lakshana, Rishta ityadi. Uchchitingena Dashtaha Puman, Prushtaromadis Sanchito Dakena Sinchani Vangani Manyati. एक इत्यादि सविषयर्मण्डुकैर्दष्टस्य लक्षणम् एकदंष्टार्पितो दंशाः स्यात् शूनश्च सतीतः सरोजश्च च्छर्दिश्च निद्रा च भवति. Might be his only one tooth is poisonous or something like that. Matsya ityadi. सविषा मत्स्या दष्टवन्तो दाहादीनि कुर्युः जलोपसस्तु सविषः कण्वादिकं कुर्युः तत्र सुश्रुतोक्तविशेषः प्राग्दर्शितः विदाहमित्यादि गृहगोतिका विदाहादीनि कुर्यात् षट्पदी विषं दंशे स्वेदादीनि कुर्यात् कण्डूमान् मशकैरीषच्छोतस्यान् मन्दवेदनः असाध्यकीटसदृशम् असाध्यमशककृतम्. So Ishachota Mandavedana, this is Kanduman, Mashaka. And Asadhya Mashaka Kshata is like that of Asadhya Kita Damsha. Sadhya Prasarini Shava, Daha Murcha, Jvaran, Mita, Pidaka, Makshika, Damsha, Tasam, Stagita, Asurut. So Stagita, Makshika is Pranahari, she can deprive you of your life. कंडुमान इत्यादि मशके दष्टे पुमान् कंडुमान निषत् शोथो यस्य स ईषत् शोथः तत्र असाध्य मशक क्षतम् असाध्य कीट सदृशं स्यात् कञ्चन मशकः सामुद्रः परिमण्डला हस्तिमशकः कृष्णः पार्वती यष्टे तत्र पार्वत्या असाध्य so mashaka is said to be this machar or something, what we call mosquito. I'm not sure, I'm sure about it, whether it is the same or not. It is Parvatiya, is Asadhya, and there is Samudra Mashaka as well. Makshika Shadvidha Tasam Panchavidhabhi Stagitvavat Stavika Varjabhi Dashai Satyasramini Pravritti Pidaka Syat Damshe Damshe Sadhya Sramini Pravritti Pidaka Syat स्थगिका नाम मक्षिका असुरत प्राणरुत मक्षिका तो कांतारिका कृष्णा पिंगलिका मधुलिका काशाई स्थगिका चलित. So these are honeybees. सुश्रुत च अन्यच्च विषमुक्तम् शृगालश्वतरक्षु वृक्ष व्याघ्रादीनां यदा निलः श्लेष्मप्रदुष्टो मुष्णाति संज्ञां संज्ञावहाश्रितः तदा प्रस्रस्तलाङ्गूलहनुस्कन्धो अतिलालवान् बधिरोन्धश्च सोऽन्योन्यम् अभिधावति तेनोन्मत्तेन दष्टस्य दंष्टिरा सविषेण तु सुप्तता जायते दंशे पृष्ठश्चाति सर्वत्यसो. So these are all poisonous animals, and particularly this particular description is of hydrophobia. So yada anilah shleshma pradushtah mushnati saunyam saunyavahashritah. So it deprives you of saunya when vata along with kapha occupies saunyavasrotas. तदा प्रस्रस्तलाङ्गूल हनुस्कन्धः अतिलालवान्. So the langula drops hanuskandha, there is too much of lalasrava. Atyartha badhira andhascha becomes andha and badhira. So nyanyam abhidhavati. So they attack each other. Tenonmattena dashtasya dashtira savishena. And this is unmada kind of thing, and Savisha Damshtra Damsha Suttata Jayate Damsha Krishnam Chatya Savati. There is Gata Suttata or Damsha Suttata and Krishna Varna Rakasrava. Digdavidhasya Lingena Prayashishchopalakshitaha, and it exhibits Digdavidha Lakshanas generally. Yena Chapi Bhayad Dashtastasya Cheshta Rutandaraha Bhavushak Pratikurvana Kriya Hino Vinashe. And the particular animal which has bitten him the man starts behaving like that animal. Drishtaratam raha kurte. Bahusha pratikurvana kriyahino vinasya. He is not able to do his activities properly and dies. दंष्ट्रिणा येन दष्टश्च तद्रूपं यदि पश्यति अप्सुवा यदि वा दर्शयिष्टं तस्य विनिर्दिशेत्. So one who sees the akriti of the person, of the akriti of the animal which has bitten him, apsuva yadiva darshe, in water or in mirror, rishtam tasya vinirdishi. So this is a rishta lakshana for him. So this is peculiarly hydrophobia, jalasantras, as what has been said in our text. त्रस्यत्यकस्माद् यो भीक्ष्णं श्रुत्वा दृष्ट्वापि वा जलं जलत्रासन्तु विद्याप्तं दृष्टं तमपि पीडितम्. So whenever he hears or sees water, he becomes violent, and that is called a jalasantrasa. He cannot bear even looking at water or something like that, and ultimately dies due to lack of water. He is unable to drink water. That's the main thing. In Pune, there is Naidu Hospital uh, near railway station, behind railway station, rather, wherein these cases are admitted and they are just allowed to die. That's the only thing. So they die within 2-3 days. At the most, they can give injections to make him sleep. But these are dangerous, and proper care has to be taken. Isolation has to be very proper. So I have seen at least 2 deaths of this kind, and it's very miserable. One was Bavrekar's brother, 18-year-old, and he was admitted and he died in 2-3 days. Which dosha is responsible for that symptoms, sir? In incubation period, we can't treat with panchakarma. Actually, it's legally binding that we admit these cases in that hospital or something like that. I had one case in which they had come to me. Patient was already admitted, and they said we want to try anything or something like that. So this is Alarka Visha, and Arka has this paryaya of Alarka. Collector sir had once said that Rui or Arka Patra might be useful in this. So we tried with that. Purana Grotha I also tried. Surprisingly, I learned an experience from Dr. Nene from Barshi, who is allopathic doctor and is the founder member of Narajis Dasta Memorial Hospital. He had one case of hydrophobia, and he said nothing can be done. You just wrap him in bed sheet or some gaddi, and so he doesn't make any movement, and let him die. That's all. Surprisingly, he saw him after 2-3 days wandering in market. So he was very much astonished. He said, "What did you do?" He said, "I went to a particular person. He gave me some medicine, and I got relief." So then he made that person. He could know that it was Pankanis that was given along with Buddha. So Pankanis is हा चुना चुना नाही पाणकणीच सांगितलं मी नाही ऐकलं पाणकणीच चुना आणि गुळ something like so now this needs proper research if we are able to save lives of this hydrophobia, when it is fully blown, fully expressed, then it is asadhya, according to Ayurveda as well. जलसंचना असं झालेला रुग्ण दुसऱ्याला चावतो चावला तर त्याला पण जलसंत्रास होतो हे खरे आहे का येस दॅट इज दॅट इज वाय आयसोलेशन इज required. There is one well near Solapur and that is known for this. I don't know whether it exists right now or not. And these people can drink water of that well and can survive. And then you have to treat the patient, and gradually the patient may recover. And in Ahmedabad, there is a temple of dog, and people are taken to that temple, and many of them survive. So these are all stories that I know. But one should really investigate into them, and at least this pankanis, which is very easily available, Suna and gold, this combination should be tried. And maybe that well, I don't know whether it exists or not right now. But what are the properties of that well, and is it truth that they can drink water of that well and they can tolerate it or something? What is pankanis? Pankanis is like a kanis, what we say, maka kanis. Little slim than that, or maize, but it grows in water, have leaves like the grass, and where it is available in plenty. So I can't say where it is available, but it is in ponds available. And you can inquire about this pumpkins and get a stock that should be done. So anyway, Jalasantras or hydrophobia is really very difficult. And now this anti-rabies vaccination is the only way in conventional medicine, and that is to be used before the onset of the symptoms. So now, for this mad dog, it is mandatory to take at least 3 injections initially, and then wait and watch. Initially, there were 14 injections to be taken on abdomen. That is very painful. But now there are better medications available. And when there is a doubt whether it was a mad dog or a regular dog or something like that, then it's better to take injections initially. And if one gets into this disease, then it might be possible to go for all these pancreas, etc., etc. But it's really worth doing this, and if we can save people with this, that should be great. So occasionally people come for this, and we have to see what we can do or something. So like this Naidu hospital, every civil hospital will have a ward for this, and isolation is compulsory for that. And if that person bites another person, then that also gets the disease. keeps on spreading. Now Dhananjay Kulkarni's son Pranav had a dog bite like this. He was taken to Dinanath and he was treated with anti-rabies and, before getting disease. But his wound was very severe. पाणकणीचे कोणता भाव वापरतात दाणे वरची साल I think I have not really seen I have seen this but not really used and I think it has something like kapus or rui when it is open up then but we may have a look at pankanis may store it in the powder form and add chuna and gur in case of emergency and give it to the patients. So if somebody knows sources of pankanis, may collect them and try to use them. But this is one experience by Dr. Nene. And another experience he had was a 60% burn case and it was treated by Chambar and they have this regular no, tambat not Chambar tambat. So they prepare this Agni Dibida Malahar by tradition and give it free of charge. And so he treated 100 cases of burn with that malam and made a presentation in international conference. So that is how he got attracted towards Ayurveda and then we started Ayurvedic OPD in Nargis Datta Memorial Hospital. Now I initiated it, but I had to quit, and Samir Jamadagni is still going in that OPD. But there is a lot of politics associated. That is the issue. अदष्टो वा जलत्रासी वा न कथंचन सिद्धति प्रसुप्तोऽथोत्थितो वापि स्रस्तस्त्रस्तो न सिद्ध्यति. Adashtova Jalatrasi, one who has not been bitten but having Jalasantrasa, he is not at all curable anyway. Prasuptaha athoditho vapi swasthas na siddhati. One who becomes awake after sleep and swastha trastaha after having being normalcy, if he becomes trasta or something like that, na siddhati. So now these are said to be the neurotoxic poisons. And might be there should be a resemblance with chemotherapeutic drugs. Now there is a new branch of research coming up in neurochemistry or something like neurochem. And the brain metastasis is due to chemotherapy. That is new research coming up. So it is not due to the disease itself, but it is the side effect of the chemotherapy. So scientists are now trying to see how this can be avoided or something like that. Adashto va jalavasi na kathanchana siddhati prasuptotho vapi swasthastrasto na siddhati. Visravya dansham tad dashte tair dashte sarpisho paridahitam pradihad agadeh sarpi puranam vapi bhai. So one should let the blood out in this damsha and then do Gurtada, Sarpisha Paridahita. So this, as I said, I tried in one of our schools when this anti-rabies vaccine was not available. Fortunately enough, it was not a mad dog. एकदा सकाळी झालं. तिथे कुठे गेले बनली का? So Sarpishaparidahitham, this at that time the anti-rabies vaccine was not available. There was a scarcity, and so we tried with Ghutadaha at that time. Fortunately enough, we could keep a watch on the dog, and it was okay after 10 days. But these again are very dangerous cases. अनेकदा मलहर हे सुश्रुतात आलेले आहे ना. No, this is traditional. I don't remember whether there is mention of that in Sushruta. But one which is given by Ganesh Shastri in Buddhachinga, I have used that. That works very fine. But these Tambat people, they do Agnitmitra Malahar by tradition, and they don't sell it. They give it free of cost. So we may have a bottle of that in our clinic. I know one patient of mine is Tambat by tradition. So they have to deal with this fire very often, and accidents are also common. So they have it handy every time they have when they are doing it. So this might be a good step to do. But anyway, Pradayad Agadaihi Sarpihi Puranam Vapipaye. So Agada Lepa has to be given and Purana Sarpi should be given. So Purana Sarpi is Vishanashana. Arkakshire Yutanchasya Dadyat Shirsha Vireshana. So there is direct reference for Arkakshira. So what Kolatkar sir was saying is to use Arkakshira. Here it is Shira. But since the synonym of Arka is Alarka, so this might be of help and we should try for that. That Shira Virechanam, Shirsha Virechanam. So it is Shiro Virechana Nasya. So we may keep it handy or something like that. Arkakshira, it is easier to collect. And particularly this is neurotoxic. So we may try to use this. Okay. So if Shruta has shown you, then that is fine. Tambat म्हणजे कोण? Those who work with Tamba, copper. So copper vessel people, these are called as Tambat, and it's a caste who traditionally do it. There is Tambat Ali in Pune, where that community lives. Now they are modernizing and the old traditions are getting away. Similarly, Kamar also prepares some malam by tradition, which is used for akpen, a kind of visarpa kind of thing. Yogesh Kale's son was just 2 years. He had this akpen. It was like visarpa. And Velankar madam was stating it. And there was not much. Arkakshira can be stored. It can be dried and stored. Now, Arkakshira is particularly used in Charasutra. So, Arkakshira and Haridra, and you make a lay fertilizer sting 7 times, and then you get this Charasutra. So, for that, Arkakshira is useful. Only it's early morning, you have to pluck the leaves of Arka and you get Arkakshira. You can just store it. There is another tradition that you put it on Battasa. If you touch your eyes with Arkakshira, then you may become blind. That caution has to be taken. And it can be put on Battasa, and that is eaten for Virechana. Arkakshira is very strong Virechana. So, Arkakshira, and another is this Livdunga, Asnuhi Kshira, that is used for that. So, anyway, it's very strong. I have not used it as such. But there are mentions about these. But Arka Pushpa Churna is different. Now, Praval Panchamrut Arkakshira Bhavita is one tradition. And nobody was preparing it excepting Arkashala, Ayurveda Arkashala, Sataram. Now that has also stopped. And Punarvasu prepares it, limited stock. So we may use that Praval Panchamrut Arkakshira Bhavita in such cases. That is another important aspect. Now Arka are the synonyms of Surya as well. And these are synonyms of Tamra as well. So Surya, Arka, Tamra all have same synonyms. I don't know what exact relationship do they bear and whether this can be used or something like that. Arkakshira गोळा करून हा ठीक आहे उन्हात सुकवून ठेवता येईल का that is possible. Arka Bhavita Praval Panchamrut. Yeah, now they are using Arka Patra instead of Arka Kshira. They give Bhavana of Arka Patra. But basically it is the Bhavana of Arka Kshira. And as such, in this Grishma Ritu, it is possible to collect Arka Kshira and dry it, and maybe we use it. Godke se ahe. Okay, that is fine. So, if Anmit Godke is preparing that, whether it is Arka Patra Bhavita or Arka Kshira Bhavita, that we have to inquire. And we may try to use it in our clinical practices. I was just saying about that case. So, his son was not responding well. Surprisingly, Vilankar madam's driver said this is Akpen and you better consult a Chambha for this. So he made one old Chambha And he said yes, he gives medicines, and he said it is too much. This may not go in one treatment. But he gave, and within first application, it got diminished to 80-90%, and in second application, it totally disappeared. So, these are traditional medicines, and the traditions are fading away now. That is the thing. But we need to restore these traditions, and these medicines are very effective, whether that Agnivedha Malahar or that Agpen or something like that. And we may try to revive and restore those traditions. So Arkakshira-yutam-chasya dadyat shirsha-virechanam Shvetam punarnavam-chasya dadyat Turaka-yutam. There is some yoga. Shvetam punarnavam-chasya dadyat Dhusturaka-yutam. Dhusturaka. I felt it with the Sturaka. It is not Dhusturaka. I don't know what is Dhusturaka. Palalam tilatailancha Rushikayaha Payogudaha Nihanti Vishamalarkam. Rushika Paya. Palala may be Mausa, or Palala is also a synonym for Tilapishta. Tilataila, Rushikayaha Payaha, and Buddha. What is Rushika? Niyanti Vishamalarkam Megavrinda Mivanilaha. So this is very beneficial for Alarka Visha, Megavrinda Mivanilaha, like Vayu. It blows away. Megavrinda. Mulasya Sharapunkhaya Karshan Dusturkartikam. तण्डुलोदकम् आप्लाय प्रेषयेत् तण्डुलैः सह उन्मत्तकस्य पत्रैस्तु संवेष्ट्यापूपकं पचेत् खादेत् औषधकाले तत् अलर्कविषदूषितः. So this is also Dusturaka. We need to understand what is Dusturaka. So Sharapunkha is easily available. Half part of Dusturaka. Tandulodaka is available. Tandulai preshayet sah unmattakasya patraistu. So this is again Dattura Patra. Samveshtya. Apupakam pachet. And one should cook it. So it's like a Puttapakas Swarasa or something. Khade Daushada Kale Tat Alarka Vishadushitaha. And one should eat that. Karot Kanyan Vikara Amstu Tasmin Jidit Chavchade. Vikara Shishire Yapyaha Gruhe Vari Vivarjate. So it can create other diseases. Tasmin Jidit Chavchade. And when that medicine is getting digested. Vikara Shishire Yapyaha Gruhe Vari Vivarjate. In Shishira Rutu, this can be Yapya in Vari Vivarjita Gruha, in a home which doesn't have water. Tatat Shanta Vikarasu Snatva Chaiva Parehani. And when the Vikaras they subside, Snatva Chaiva Parehani, one should have bath next day. Shali. Shashtikayor Bhaktam Kshiren Ushnen Bhojayat. दिनत्रये पंचमे वा विधिरेषोर्धमात्रया कर्तव्य विषजावश्यम अलर्क विषनाशनः. Or 3 days or 5 days, half dose of this has to be done, and then the alarka visha. So there are medicines given, truly speaking. I didn't look into Sushruta at that time. I looked into Vagbhata. पक्षसन्धिषु मध्याह्ने सार्धरात्रेष्टमीषु च न सिद्ध्यन्ति नरा दष्टा पाषण्डायतनेषु च दृष्टिश्वासमलस्पर्शविषयराशिविषयस्तथा विनश्यन्ति अप्रतिहता दष्टा सर्वेषु मर्मसु विनश्यन्ति अप्रतिहताः दष्टाः सर्वेषु मर्मसु येन केनापि सर्पेण सम्भवः सर्व एव च भीतमत्ताबलोष्ण क्षुतृष्णार्ते वर्धते वृषं विषं प्रकृतिकामोच्य तुल्यो प्राणाः So I think there is a lot of description about Alarkavisha, and these are fatal cases if they remain untreated or the vaccination is not available or something like that. So at least one should try all these. Kuppet swayam visham yasya na sa jivati manava. Without any bite, if one has this hydrophobia. So it may happen in animals suddenly, and then it can start biting others and spreading the disease. तस्मात् प्रकोपयद आशु या स्वयं यावन्न कुप्यति बीजरत्नौषधिर्गर्भैः कुम्भैः शीताम्बुपूरितैः स्नापयत् तं नदीतीरे समन्तरे वा चतुष्पथे बलिं निवेद्य तत्रापि पिण्याकपललं दधि माल्यानि च विचित्राणि मांसं पक्वामकं तथा अलकाधिपते यक्ष सारमेय गणाधिप अलर्कदुष्टमेतन्मे निर्विशन् कुरुमाचरात्. अरे बाप रे. If the poison gets aggravated by on its own, then the person doesn't remain alive. Tasmat prayakopayat asho swayam yavanna kupyati. So one should aggravate the poison till it doesn't get aggravated on its own. Bija ratnaushadhi garbhaihi kumbhaihi shitambu puritaihi snape. How to make prakopa of that? बीजरत्न औषधि गर्भैः कुंभैः शीताम्बुपूरितैः स्नापैः. So he should be given a bath. Nadi tire samantra va chatushpathe, or on nadi tira with samantra va chatushpathe, or on chatushpathe. Balim nivedya tatrapi pinyaka balanandadi. And bali should be given pinyaka palalandadi. माल्यानि च विचित्राणि मांसं पक्वाम आमकं तथा. So विचित्र माल्य मांस पक्व आम मांस अलकाधिपते यक्ष सारमेय गणाधिप अलर्कजुष्टमेतन्मे निर्विशं कुरुमाचरा. So this is a mantra. Alkadhipati is yaksha, Sarameya Ganadhipa. He is the king of Sarameya Gana. Sarameya is again dog. Alarka Jushtam Etanme Nirvishan Kurumachara. So this is Alarka Jushta, and you make me non-toxic immediately. तद्यत् संशोधनं तीक्ष्णम् एवं स्नातस्य देहिना, and then तीक्ष्ण शोधन should be given. अशुद्धस्य सुरूढोऽपि व्रणे कुप्यति तद्विषम्. So even though it is well treated, again it can flare up in vrana. स्वादयोभिहिता व्याला वातपित्त प्रकोपणाः अतः करोति दष्टस्तेषां चेष्टं मृतं नरः बहुशः प्रतिकुर्वाणो न चिरान् म्रियते च सः नखदन्तक्षतं व्यालैर्यत् कृतं तद् विमर्दयेत् सिञ्चेत् तैलेन कोष्ठेन तैः वातप्रकोपणाः. So one who starts behaving like that shva etc., dog etc., स्वरतिदष्टस्तेस्तेषां चेष्टानृतं नरः भविष्यत्कृतिकुर्वाणो न चिरात् प्रीयते यशसः. So he dies very soon if even when we try to do varieties of things. Nakadantakshatam vyaler yatkritam tad vimardan. Nakadantakshata is very common with vyala. Sinchet tailena koshnena tehi vata prakopa. So koshna taila sinchana should be done. They are vata prakopaka or something like that. So anyway, this is about Alarkavisha, and this is a common problem that can be seen, and so one should be well prepared to treat these cases. These come as an emergency and have to be treated on priority basis. So whatever we have learned right now, we uh, try to procure and keep medicines ready for that, and try to use them as and when possible. We continue tomorrow. Mostly I will go through the Shatavari references. I couldn't find time yesterday. And if possible, we'll go for Shatavari references tomorrow. आयुर्वेदप्रकाण्डो निगदितैः हि शल्यतन्त्रप्रधानः शिष्येभ्यः शाश्वतोऽयं निखिलजनकृपा व्याप्तचित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने काञ्च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिं तं प्रणमति च सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् विरम्यते व्याख्यानव्यापारात् श्वः पुनरपि मिलिष्यामः. योगरत्नाकर मध्ये अलर्क विषासाठी कुचला आलेले आहे. मी 2 रुग्णांमध्ये विषतिंदूक वट्टी वापरली होती, पण कुत्रे साधे होते की पिसाळलेले हे निश्चित नव्हते. Okay, but at least this विषतिंदूक is used, that is also fine. So विषतिंदूक is Vishatinduk is easily available. That is true. So that we may try to use. Fine.